Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name remains Beningwe. Please don't forget to subscribe. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. All right, you are welcome to another beautiful day of football. And this is the Premier Sport Fan Center. This is our live segment. Today we have a lot of matches lined up for you. And it is the UEFA Europa League, the quarter-final. We have 4 matches lined up. Well, the first match has just come to an end. It is Feyenoord versus Roma, and it was Feyenoord who won the game. A goal from Wifa with an assist from Idrissi. And we saw Pellegrini missed a penalty in that very encounter. But here it is Manchester United versus Sevilla. That is on and Bayern Leverkusen versus Union St. Galileos. And with me on the studio, let me not go far, let me not talk much before I introduce to you one who analyzes football for you as it is, without any mistake. I call him the Octopus. And a lot of people have been asking after him. They say they want to see him one-on-one. But don't try to take him away from us. He will give you and he will analyze it for you the way it is. Right here with me in the studio is Mr. Adeyemi.
Good evening, sir. Thanks for having me. It's good to be here again.
Right. It's good to be here. Another beautiful day of football. And we have 3 live matches that is going on right now as we speak. 3 live matches. The match between Bayern Leverkusen versus Royal Union St. Gelios. Then the match between Juventus versus Sporting Cyprus and Manchester United versus Sevilla. Interesting match in the UEFA Europa League. Well, the quarterfinal, first leg of the quarterfinal. And right now it is 17th minute into the first half of the matches played across Europe. So Mr. Adeyemi, what's your take so far?
So far, so good. Feyenoord Roma. You know, when you miss a penalty at a decisive time in a competition, in a knockout football, it has a way of taking a toll on you at the end of the final. Because, okay, looking at it, look at the penalty Jorginho missed. If you remember that penalty he missed that cost them the ticket to the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah.
So sometimes some penalty miss can come back to really haunt you. We hope to see a better second leg from Roma. Maybe they will come back into the game, only time will tell.
Yeah.
Then so far so good for Juventus. Juventus has been balanced. Sporting has been taking the game to them too. You know, Juventus is a pragmatic side. Wow. They sit back and eat on the counter. They have fast-paced wingers like Di Maria and Federico Chiesa, the Italian guy. And those guys, they can hurt you on the counter. So they sit deep, they give you the possession, and they take you on a counter. And with their pace, once they hit you once, twice, you begin to think it twice before you go out for another attack. But on the Manchester United-Sevilla game, it's going to be a bright football game where people will sit and enjoy. It's not going to be a pragmatic one where, you know, to be boring. But the game is already alive. Man U leading a goal to nil. And there's every tendency that we might see more goal in this game. It's going to be a wonderful game to watch.
Yes, we might see more goals in this game. And the goal was scored by Sabitzer with an assist from Bruno Fernandes. You know, a lot were said about before Bruno, but before we talk about that, let's quickly look at the lineup of the match and the formation, the tactical formation we are seeing. And it is another big chance for Manchester United. I was about saying something, and that is a goal. It is Sabitzer who was arranged to destroy Sevilla. We can see that. It is 2-0. I don't think the referee is giving that. With the referee give that.
Let's see. You know, VAR has a way of, cutting celebration short. But
I remember a celebration where somebody scored goal and did 3.
VAR later shot the goal.
So it was just entertainment for free.
You know, sometimes you don't need to watch gymnastics. On the field of play, you can see some gymnastics too. So,
after 3 backflip, the goal was cancelled.
Let's see the line.
Look at the movement. It was. That's a clean goal. Look at the line. That's a clean goal. Oh,
that's a beautiful.
It was Martial.
The right timing to set the pass.
Oh, look at the work he did at the midfield.
That was a beautiful time.
A very beautiful combination between Martial and Sabitzer.
Sweet.
Oh, what a goal!
Nothing that the goalkeeper can do about it.
The 2 goals he was scored with his left leg. The 2 goals he scored with his left hand.
First was a deflection of the defender, and the second was a well-placed ball towards the right-hand side of the goalkeeper.
I was about reading out
I just told you that this game will see.
You said that. That's why I call you the octopus, because you always say it and it happened. You always say we're going to see a lot of goals and it is already happening. And the lineup for today, the tactical formation, we see they are playing similar formation.
Yes.
They are playing 4-2-3-1. The both sides, Sevilla is playing 4-2-3-1. Manchester United is playing 4-2-3-1 with Casemiro and Sabitzer. Casemiro and Sabitzer at the back side of the midfield. And we now see Sancho, Bruno Fernandes, and Anthony at the forward of the midfield. And the last man there is Martial. But here we see Martial creating chance. So
and it's also good to see Malacia replacing Luke Shaw on the left back. And you know, Martinez too. Martinez has been a good addition to them. Honestly, he has been a good addition. The pairing of him and Varane has been a fantastic one so far. But Man U is doing well. This is another cup competition, and Ten Hag has shown that he is a master planner when it comes to winning cup games. And let's just hope that Manchester United fans have more reasons to cheer. Because, you know, we have a lot of them following us. So it's so good to see them lead and, you know, bring smiles on their faces.
Yeah, bring smiles on their faces. Let's quickly look at the starting lineup for today's match, most especially for Manchester United. We have the gear, number 1, as the goalkeeper, Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, we have Wan-Bissaka, we have Varane, Martial, Casemiro, Sabitzer, Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, Sancho, and Martial. What a combination.
Good one.
What selection?
The only reason Sancho is starting this game is because Rashford is out injured. And that's the highest goal scorer this season so far. So it feels good to see Manchester United lose their main man, go-to man, and still leading 2-0 at the 23rd minute of the game. That means they have a lot of goals in them. They were just relying on Rashford because he was on the field of play. But now without him, Man U is fine.
Without him, Man U is fine. You know, Rashford, you talk about Rashford, he has 6 goals in the Europa. He's the highest so far, and he's missing. So do you think we are not feeling his absence right now, because it's like the tactics employed by Ten Hag has really given him another choice of tactics, because it's really working.
It's not really about the tactics. He played the same tactics he usually plays, the 4-2-3-1 formation. But it's just that the guy he brought in is doing a good job. He's interpreting that role. close to what a Rashford will do when he's on the field of play. That's why when you have enough arsenal, enough weapon in your armory, you can, when you lose one, you can release the other. So that's what happened. They lose Rashford, they release Sancho. And Sancho has been doing a fantastic. Look at Marshall was out, and he came back in, slotting perfectly. You see what I was talking about, mobile striker. I think last week when we were talking about Manchester United, you see the difference. When you have a mobile striker, it was Marshall that gave that assist.
Yeah.
Vegas will draw gas to himself, but he's not really mobile. But Marshall will collect the ball, pace you, turn you, knock you around one or two times. And before you know it, he can still come back and end the game. So far, so good. We can see that Man U has a lot of weapon in their arsenal.
Yeah, I have a lot of weapon because right now the pressure they are giving to Sevilla is so serious. Because if you look at it, it is Sevilla, the head-to-head, it is Sevilla who has more winning than Manchester United.
Yeah,
because if you look at their last 5 matches, Sevilla has won them up to 3 times. And Man U won 1 and they drew 1.
Yes, Man U doesn't really have a good head-to-head record with Spanish teams. They tend to fall like a pack of cats. So that explains why the head-to-head is not really working for them. And if you look at the Spanish La Liga, Sevilla is really struggling this season. They are in the relegation zone.
Wow.
This season, they are in the relegation zone. So they actually just changed their manager. They sacked the former one.
Yeah.
Now they are with. Now they've sacked 2 managers this season. They first sacked Lopetegui, and now they've sacked I think Argentinian guy that was their former coach before. So, the guys they lost in that team, likes of Koundé, that they lost, really took a toll on the team. And you see them in the relegation, they are not playing like a team that is in form. Look at them, you see that this team looks like a team that is sick. So they need a physician to take care of their sickness.
They need a physician. Let us quickly look at the pressure Man U is giving them, and that has resulted to 2 yellow cards. 2 yellow cards for Sevilla. One was for Montiel, and the second one from Rakitic. What does that tell?
It shows that there are enough pressure. When pressure is too much, you tend to subside to it. So you start getting cards. The same thing that happened yesterday. When pressure was too much on Chelsea players, they committed a red card and conceded more goals. So that's what pressure do to you. So you just have to watch it.
That's what pressure do. Now let's quickly talk about the first match. Final versus Roma. It ended 1-0 in favor of Final against Mourinho. I was expecting Mourinho to show himself in this UEFA Europa.
Indeed, they had a penalty, they lost it.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
People that are betting any game Roma want to play, they don't bet for much goal. They always play under because they know when Mourinho is a defensive,
he's a pragmatic
coach, and most times when he play games, you don't see much goal. You just put 1 goal or 2 goals.
Yeah.
Anybody that play under 2.5 always gets it right.
Yeah, many of the times when you see a coach that is so cautious about the team not conceding much, it's only safe to always, talk about the goals in the underside. So maybe under 3.5 on the safer side, under 3.5. Under 2.5 is a bit riskier, but it's still understandable.
It's still understandable,
yes.
And it looked possible. So the match between Juventus and Sporting CP is still goalless, and Bayern Munich versus Bayer Leverkusen, versus Santa Gelwas is still goalless.
Yeah.
So what does that tell? I expected Juventus to easily defeat Sporting CP.
At this stage of the competition, there's no easy team. Sporting CP eliminated Arsenal. That shows that they are not a small team.
No.
They are not a team you can overlook. They are a team that has been coming to Europe year in, year out. So you can't underestimate their experience. And you know, when a team is experienced, anything can happen. In a game of football.
Yeah, anything can happen. Right now, it is the 30th minute into the first half of the match between Manchester United versus Sevilla. 2-0 in favor of Manchester United, and the pressure Manchester United is giving them. Manchester United have actually taken control of the game.
Of course.
They have actually taken control of the game. I was expecting to see this kind of play yesterday in Chelsea's squad, but I didn't see it.
You can't really compare. Ten Hag started with Man U, and I can remember vividly, Brentford defeated them 4-0 when he started the job. Brighton went to defeat them at home. So all those things, they helped him understood the team better before he now came to this. Before he now went to bring in Casemiro and switch to a 4-2-3-1 formation that has been suiting them very well. So when you talk about it, you see that he has had more time on the job compared to Chelsea.
All right, let's quickly look at the starting lineup of Sevilla. The starting lineup of Sevilla, we have Bono, Montiel, Mianzo, Maras, Acuna, Fernando, Godej, Acampos, Rakitic, Torres, and Lamela.
You know, Rakitic was part of that team with the famous MSN. You know, Messi, Suarez, and Neymar then in Barcelona. So Rakitic is a senior man that understands the game. I think he left Sevilla then too to go to Barcelona and later came back to Sevilla, and now he's now their captain. So they need this experience, but sometimes...
Oh, look at another chance for Manchester United! That would have been the third goal. But Bono, the goalkeeper of Sevilla, was right there at the right position at the right time to save that goal. That's a beautiful play. If you look at the 18 box.
Sabitzer again.
Oh, it would have been an offside even. That would have been an offside. You know, one thing I like about the Manchester United squad is that once a player hold the ball, other player create option for him to pass. Yes. And that is the beautiful thing about it. And you have a lot of options to pass. They are not putting themselves in a tight position, you understand?
Every team that wants to dominate play, you have to create options on the ball. That's playing as a unit. You create
a beautiful chance for Sporting, and you can see 5 Juventus defender. They were there to stop that goal from entering into the net. That was a beautiful defensive goal from Juventus.
That was a beautiful one.
And that's one thing. That's one thing we get from the entire Serie A, because you always get the best defender in Italian Serie A.
But right now, Serie A now, you see many goals. They score a lot of goals lately. I think for the past 3 to
another counter for Manchester United, and the Marshall was past the ball. He has the chance. Why are you doing going back?
You know they are leading 2-0. So
and you are going back, and that will have been. Oh no! Wow. Casemiro was there. That was a good pressure. And you know, there is no way you can pressurize a team like this and you not get a goal. Definitely, there must be a mistake.
Not just a mistake. They are already 2 goals up. He didn't want to, you know, it's cool. He felt relaxed that they are 2-0 up. If they were not leading, he will make that attempt. So they feel too comfortable now. And when a team starts feeling too comfortable in a game, it's very risky. You can end up regretting it.
Oh, look at the beautiful corner kick. And that is, what a save! Bono, that was a good save. A header from Casemiro, and Bono was there to save it for Sevilla.
You know, Bono, it was a straight header. The header went straight to the goalkeeper. You know, Bono, one of the shining lights at the FIFA World Cup. He really did well with Morocco. Really did well. And Morocco deserves some credit. And his performances too, especially the one against Spain in the second round, where he saved them on the penalty shootout. Saving, I think, 2 or 3 penalties. to book their place into the quarterfinal. So it was a good one from me. But nevertheless, a straight header. So he was just only, mandated to save that ball because he needs to be saving those kind of chances.
Yeah, he needs to be saving those kind of chances because that was the reason why he was brought there. And it is the 39th minute into the first half, and it's still 2-0 in favor of Manchester United. Let's quickly look at the substitutes. Let's quickly look at the bench. But first of all, let's take a look at the bench of Sevilla. Bade, Mitrovic, Neyert, Flores, Gil, Nasri, then Navas, Papo, Gomez, Rakic, Sasur, and Teles. Is that a good one?
You can, when you look at the bench, you have to think about the financial muscle of the team too, the depth of the squad, what they can afford. Sevilla is a selling team. They sell players to make more money. So that's one of the things they do. That's how they do. They go and recognize talent and they try to, make the most out of it. So that's what they do, man.
Just like as a winger of Arsenal those days. He was an Igbo man. I was a businessman.
Even Dortmund is a selling team. They build their star up to a level. You can see people already talking about Jude Bellingham now.
Yeah.
That I think they were talking about selling him over 100 million. That was why Liverpool already pulled out of the deal. And it left for me, Liverpool is doing the right thing. That's too much for Jude Bellingham. You buy him now, he can go ahead and go on holiday like Sancho. Who would have thought Sancho would drop form like this? With that amount that Manchester United got him from Dortmund. So, generally, British players, they are hyped. They are hyped. They cost more many times based on their quality than an average player from some other countries. If you now look at it, Jude Bellingham, for me, should not be more than 50. Let's say the market is not crazy. But Jude Bellingham should not be more than 50, 60 million.
Yeah.
Now, you are talking about over 100 million for Jude Bellingham. It's just an attacking midfielder, not even really a winger. So his role mainly is to create chances, not even to score the goals. You are talking about over 100 million. But because football now, when you talk about football, the transfer market has been crazy. Overpricing players.
Another thing, every businessman will definitely want to market his product. Will tell you that my product is the best. And that is why you see most of these players that are being hyped. And when it comes to reality where they're supposed to deliver, you at the point you begin to see, is this not this player they bought this amount?
Yeah,
why is he playing like this?
It's inflation.
The thing is that if I want to sell my product, definitely I will have to market it. But if you overmarket it, the consequence become
not just over marketing. This is it. It is about demand and supply. Yeah. When the demand is high for a product, what do? When the supply is not enough, you can begin to increase the price to begin to reduce the number of the people demanding from it until you get the eyes with that. It's like an auction.
Yeah.
When you start an auction with 10,000 naira, when you begin to auction, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, till the highest bidder.
Yeah.
So that's how it is in transfer window now. Who will tell me that Anthony is worth 100 million euros? Where? How? So that's just what transfer window. The inflation rate in the transfer window now is crazy. And that's why we are seeing all these things.
Let us quickly look at this bench of Manchester United. And this is the 40th minute into the first half. The bench of Manchester United, we have Butland, Dalot, Elanga,
the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Eriksen, Fred, and with this Iba, Lindelof, Maguire, Pelestri, Vitek, and Weghorst.
Yeah, good bench. There's Eriksen there. There's a Diogo Dallo, the right back. You know, Wan-Bissaka is doing well defensively than Dallo. That's why he's benching him. Dallo is a very good right back. And when you see Maguire, you talk about the defense. Many Manchester United fans will say, God forbid. When you talk about bringing him in, because of the Shege Banza,
yeah, shouldn't they Shege Banza?
And, you know, they still have Weghorst too on the bench. Yeah. So they have guys that can come in, but Rashford has been a big miss for them. Actually, they are doing well without him.
Yeah, well, it would have been an opportunity for him to increase his goal tally, because definitely there is no way we wouldn't have scored in this match. These are the kind of matches you see Rashford comes in and score. And now, right now, there's a yellow card, and it is Bruno Fernandes who collected the yellow card. And Sevilla also have increased their yellow card to 3. Lemila also was given a yellow card.
Yeah, it was on his challenge on Casemiro.
Yeah, and we see Bruno Fernandes is protesting, and probably such protest can lead to red card. You know, if you talk rudely to the referee, he can give you a red card.
Yes, but he's the captain, so he can protest.
Yeah, without protest, he's getting. Now look at the yellow card. Does he really deserve that yellow card?
Yes.
And so why is he protesting?
His hand. You know why he's protesting? You can see it on the screen. Yeah. He's missing next match. So that's the painful side to it.
That's the painful side.
Yeah, because the yellow card is actually avoidable. And is a big part of their team. So if Man U has their brains on, they should try to win this game as much as 3 to 4, 5 goals. Yeah. Because with 2 goals, Sevilla can still come back into the game. And you know football, we've seen 3-0 overturned. Yeah. We've seen 4-0 overturned. So anything can happen. So they need to win and win very well. It's like Juventus goalkeeper, Szczesny, is injured. Maybe we don't know if he will be able to continue. Yeah. Because the second goalkeeper is wearing the hand glove already. And that would be a big miss for Juve, because that guy is huge for them. Massive for them.
And he has been saving goals.
Saving a lot of goals. Oh.
There's a corner kick.
The free kick was well over the bar.
It was headed out. No, well over. There was no contact. Yeah. There was no contact. Okay, let's talk about Manchester United. The last time Manchester United won the Europa League was in 2017. Yes. And they only won the Europa League once. Yeah. 2017.
By Jose Mourinho.
Yeah. I think this stands as a very big opportunity for them to win, because they look the favorite to win this Europa. Am I correct?
They are one of the favorites. Let's put it that way, because there's Juventus. Juventus can match them team to team. They can match Manchester United. And so, you know, Juventus has a lot of history too in Europe. You know, that's why they call them the old ladies. And Manchester United too, they have their own history. The miracle of 1999, the Champions League final. It's just quite unfortunate that a big team like Man U is now plying their trade in the Europa League.
It's unfortunate.
It's not something we are really used to, but for the past 10 to 12 years, we are already beginning to get used to it. Yeah. Because they've not really been consistent over time. But so far this season is so good. It's like they are going to go back to the Champions League. Yeah, well. But they also have good record when we talk about Manchester United, because the Champions League, they've won it 3 times. They have won the Premier League more than any English. They've won it 13 times. More than every other. If you want to start from where league titles in total, they have, I think, 21 or 20.
Yeah. They have more than every.
I think they just have one more than Liverpool, too. Yeah. So they are the most successful English team so far.
It's just recently that they are going down, but now they have picked up.
If we look at it successful, we have to divide it. Man U is successful locally, but Liverpool is more successful in Europe. Yeah. Because Liverpool has more European titles compared to Manchester United.
But Manchester United have the Premier League more than every other club.
Let me be factual. More Champions League trophies than
Liverpool. Liverpool have six Champions League titles. 6 Champions League titles. Man U have 3. Man U have 3. Yeah. Liverpool have 3 Champions League titles.
And Liverpool has 6. Man U has 3. So the difference is clear.
The difference is clear. And if you look at the Premier League too, the gap Man U is giving them is much.
I think 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So it's league titles. It's very close in between them. That's why their rivals, they play like war.
Yeah.
That's why Liverpool was so excited to give them 7-0.
You know,
it's a serious bragging right. Last season, Liverpool gave them 5-0, I think. Was it last season or last 2 seasons? At the Old Trafford. This kind of game, sometimes you lose it and the manager goes. How thick and how solid the rivalry is. When you lose like that, you can see fans protesting outside the stadium. Wow. You can see them protesting outside the stadium. So it's a match that is huge. Wow. But so far, so good. Manchester United is doing well today. Yeah. You can just praise them and say, okay, they've been a good team.
So far, so good. Yeah, they've been doing well. And it is, I think the first half, there's additional time, 2 minutes additional time for the first half. Already, the 45 minutes have been exhausted. 2 minutes additional time is what they are playing right now. Any moment from now, the first half will come to an end. And coming back to other matches played around Europe, in the UEFA Europa, it is Bayern Leverkusen who is still having 0 with Santa Gelwa, still 0-0. Yeah. Juventus versus Sporting CP 0-0, and Manchester United. Manchester United is the only one we have seen in this live match is now going on that have scored 2 goals. You know, others have not scored. And any moment from now, the first half will come to an end. That it will be a very good half for Manchester United. Very good first half for Manchester United.
And lately, when you see Manchester United, they've been a lot better second half than first half.
Yeah.
So probably their second half, maybe they will get more goals because they will be missing Bruno Fernandes. Fine, it is good that Eriksen is back. Eriksen can also play the role. But missing your talisman, because it's like Bruno Fernandes is one of the most important players in the Man U attack. So missing him will be will be a big miss for Manchester United. But I think they have enough players at their disposal to prosecute.
Look at it, 4 people attacking Anthony, and there was no way for him to go. They closed him.
Of course.
No, I like that attacking tactics. You know, defending tactics.
So it was because he was dragging the ball towards the line. If he had attacked with that one, they wouldn't have caught up with him till maybe they rounded him up 4 men. So he should have maybe attacked more with the movement than just draw them to the line. Maybe wanted to commit them to a throw-in or something.
We see Bruno Fernandes is down, and you can see him holding his face. But I see it was just a brush.
It's like Ocampos.
It was just a brush on his face.
Yeah.
And it's a kind of, over-exaggerating. You know, footballers, they can over-exaggerate.
Of course. You know, you always want your opponent to be on cards. Once your opponent is on red card, it's an advantage to you. So it happens like that a lot of times. So.
Oh, a beautiful save by De Gea after the corner kick. A header and he saved it. And what are they protesting? The referee says it's a goal kick.
It's like it's a foul. There's an infringement.
There's a foul against De Gea. That's a beautiful save by look at that header. And De Gea was right there at the right position.
It was a straight header.
It was a straight header.
Yeah. Campos was it.
You know, let's quickly look at the statistics of the match. Ball possession, Manchester United had 55 ball possession, while Sevilla has 45 ball possession. Then goal attempt, 8 goal attempt for Manchester United and 6 for Sevilla. Shot on goal, 5 shot on goal for Manchester United and none for Sevilla. No shot on goal for Sevilla. Okay, just one, this header that just came up now. This header, it was actually headed on goal. Yeah. And that's what they just made them get
and
one.
And it's half-time already.
And it's half-time. Half-time, and ball possession 55% for Manchester United. Let's talk about the corner kicks. Corner kicks, 4 for Manchester United and 3 for Sevilla. It's a very good one. Goalkeeper save. 3 saves for the goalkeeper of Sevilla, Bono, and 1 save for De Gea. It's a beautiful game. It's a very beautiful game today. A very beautiful game. You can only see this kind of game in the Champions League. But here we are getting it in the UEFA Europa.
Yeah, you know, when you have an association, UEFA, when you have an association like that that has a foresight, they see that the Europa League now is growing to be closer to Champions League. They created another one, which is the Conference League, to make more money. And it's still attracting viewership because the fans of the clubs that are there too wants to view their team too. So it's just all profit making for them, and it's good so far. That was a good chance for Juventus, but the header was from I think Danilo.
All right.
That's an offside.
The matches have actually come to the end of the first half, except the match between Juventus and Sporting that is still on, and 6 minutes was added into the 45 minutes that just ended.
4 minutes was added, but it's now close to 6
4 minutes was added, but it's now 6 minutes that they played. I don't know why the referee is still allowing the play, but I'm very sure.
When they raise when you see the injury time raised, it means at least that time. So at least that time means they can play more than that time or very close to it. So they are enough time already.
And all the matches have come to the end of the first half, and Bayern Leverkusen vs Santa Gelios, it's goalless. Juventus vs Sporting CP is goalless. Manchester United vs Sevilla, it is 2-0 in favor of Manchester United. So can you just in 2 minutes, you can just summarize the first half of the games?
The first half, Manchester United entertaining end-to-end stuff. Is a game that they brought the game to themselves, and we've seen a very beautiful game of football. And Juventus Sporting, they've matched each other. You wouldn't be, if you saw the game, you won't think it was Juventus against Sporting. You know, people tend to follow names, but it has been end-to-end stuff, attacking end-to-end, and we've been entertained. So far, so good. And we can enjoy it more.
All right, for now, we'll go for a short break and we'll be back in a moment. Don't forget, we'll be coming back with some breaking news. When we come back, we'll be talking about the suspension of Sadio Mane, and we're talking about the presence of Osimhen in the next match. Luciano Spalletti just announced that, and we'll be talking about what Lampard said to his player after the defeat of Real Madrid yesterday. We'll be telling you what Lampard told the players. But for now, we'll be back. Let's go for a short break, and we'll be back in a moment.
There are 2 chances, just like you said. Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball that he could have scored. At least he could have given, even if he didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish, you play the ball out, understand?
being a Chelsea fan, I was just kind of optimistic that we'll win because we've had a very bad form this season.
Clash of the Titans between the two London rivals, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Already Man City has overtaken Arsenal on the lead of the table with 13 matches played. A win for Arsenal today, Arsenal will automatically overtake Manchester City. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
Yeah. Okay. Chelsea is coming back, whether they like it or not. Once I just go to my this. I go to say Chelsea has so many substitutes, bench win matches. Not talking about your starting 11. Now we have 2 starting 11. Anybody can play now. It's not about 2. Let my 2 and 3 come back. Anybody can. Anybody will collect from Chelsea. Anybody will collect. This season may be awful, but I'm telling you.
Next season. this is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name remains Egbenwe. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Please, wherever you are, just click that subscription button. Be part of us. You know, you will always get notification whenever we are on. And this is the Premier Sport Fan Center. All right, back to the match between Manchester United versus Sevilla. The match just started now. The second half just started. And it was 2-0 the first half. And now before we went on a short break, I told you we'll be giving you a hint on the breaking news. Sadio Mane has been given a one-match suspension for punching Leroy Sané. You know, it was unlike him. What do you have to say about this?
You know, every organization has rules. And when you do something, you know the penalty that will be awarded to it. So for me, I think it's the best decision. Let him go for the one-man suspension. I think he has apologized to the team and all. Football is emotion, so these things will happen. We will only deny, we will only lie to ourselves if we say this kind of thing will never repeat itself again in football. Because football has a lot of emotions in it, so it might happen. Even Leroy Sané apologized too for calling him a black sheep. So it's just one of those things in football. They just have to move on and think about the team.
Yeah, they just have to move on to think about the team. No, that was a goal! Oh! That was a good chance for Anthony. He placed it with his left leg to the right side of the pole, but it was almost a goal.
Yeah.
But they say nearly cannot kill a bird.
Of course.
Nearly cannot kill a bird, but it was a beautiful one.
Yeah, it was
look at the placement. Look at the placement. And he placed it.
There was not enough. You know, if you look at the first goal of Manchester City on Tuesday, look at the bending on the ball. If he had got that kind of a bending, maybe we'll be talking about the third goal here. Yeah. So it's a good try.
All right, as I was saying, we all know Mane to be a very disciplined player. He has not been one of those rugged players, you know. He has been maintaining his integrity. But right now we see him punching. Now. There is a rule. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
There is a rule, and you see people preaching about racism. Leroy Sané, calling him a black sheep. So now you are calling him a black sheep, and he reacted. You know, so both of them are supposed to be punished. So what do you have to say about that?
The punishment of Union. Royal Union.
Oh, breaking news. Royal Union have just called Bayern Leverkusen against all expectation, against all odds. Everybody will give Bayern Leverkusen a straight win against Santa Julius. But right now, it is Santa Julius who have just scored one against Bayern Leverkusen.
You know, Royal Union won the Belgium League last season. Yeah. And this season, they've not been that convincing, but they've not been bad. I guess, you know, when you stretch the team playing in Europe and the league at the same time, it can take a toll on the team. I guess that's why their performance this season has been below what they had last season. Because they won the league last season in a very convincing manner, not by luck. So this season, with the giant strides they are making in the Europa League, oh man, it's been fantastic. The people that they've eliminated so far, they are the one responsible for eliminating Union Berlin. And now it's looking like Bayer Leverkusen will go down to the sword too, but it's still
the first leg. Time. Is it still the first leg?
Yes, it's still first leg, and there's still time.
But this, do you know the odds? The odds given to Santa Gelwa. Royal Union, Santa Gelwa. You know, the odds given to them is massive. And you can see what they are doing to Bayern Leverkusen. They just hit them one right now. against all odds,
Yeah.
against all expectation.
Yeah, if everything usually go according to us, the bookmakers will have been out of business. So it's just the unpredictability ratio of football that keeps them too in business. So people can make odds, but sometimes football can speak louder than the odds itself.
Yeah.
So it's going to, let's see and see what will happen in the game. But
Let's see what will happen, and it is Sevilla who is taking it back. Oh,
that was a good chance for Sevilla.
This second half, Sevilla is waking up. They have closed Manchester United, and they are playing them half feed. Those when we say half feed, that means you have taken over
it's
the
just
half feed.
5 minutes. Into
5 minutes probably you have it. Now the second
Man U has not
half,
settled
they have really
down.
come
Man U
out
will settle
to
down.
play in the second half. And if you see,
They
have
need
really
a goal.
They
They
have
have to
closed
come out.
Manchester United. Now what Manchester United will be banking on is a counter, because they have really closed the Manchester United in their own half.
Looking at this game, any coach will tell Man U to do this thing they are doing. Sit back, just soak the pressure. They will come out and make mistakes, exploit their mistake, make it 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So it's just about reading the game and understanding what the coach will be thinking of. Because at this stage, you are 2-0 up. You don't want to concede a goal, so you have to defend better than you are defending before. Because for you to be in the control of this game totally, don't concede when you are 2-0 up. So now, Sevilla will come out and want to get a goal because they will be desperate for a goal. Then, with their desperation,
You hit them with the counter.
can hit them and score more goals.
You hit them with the counter.
So it's just understandable if Man U is playing like that.
All right, we are talking about the suspension given to Mane. To Mane. Mane is an idol. Mane is a legend that most Senegalese looked up to, because he has really done well in his country. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He has built hospital, he built schools. He sponsored a lot of people. And right now we see him for the first time punching somebody.
It's easier said than done. We are all human beings. We have emotions. We have blood flowing through our veins. When Materazzi called Zidane's mother a terrorist in the 2006 World Cup final, he gave him an head boot. It was the head boot people saw.
But they never had the
He
insult.
already collected the red card. Later, Materazzi apologized. So, whatever you do, fine, we understand the emotional aspect, but you just have to try to control your temper. Because the highest Leosani will do now is to pay a fine. Because he just said something.
He was paid a fine. Mane
now,
who punched somebody is on suspension.
He's on
He's not going to
suspension.
play the match against
He's not
FA9 in the weekend.
Yes, Offenheim. And it will take a toll on the team because it's one of the key players. It's not something the team wants to take, but there are protocols to these things. There are rules binding. A big club like Bayern, we have rules guiding everything they do. So you know that when you do this thing, this is the punishment for it. So it's like, a constitution in a country. When you offend like this, you know what you are. If you kill, you might be killed. So you understand? So that is how it works. So,
but somebody was saying Manchester City have caused confusion in Bayern Munich. But when they lashed them 3-0, there was frustration in their midst, and they started punching each other.
That's just a banter that we talk about. But that game it's more of the fault of Upamecano. That was G3 that gave Man City that second goal, which made Bayern lose it. The tactics was okay, but Upamecano was G3. He was shaking. And going back to the Sadio Mane matter, for him to punch a guy in Ramadan period because he's a Muslim.
He's a Muslim. In Ramadan he's fasting and he punches somebody.
And that means the guy must have provoked him to a certain level.
No, look at it, bro. Look at the weight of the insult. A black sheet. It's like, bro. If it is you, how will you react?
On a serious note, in every aspect, Sadio Mane is greater than Leroy Sané.
It's greater. They are not even made. In Africa, there is what we call respect. You respect your elders. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they are not in Africa.
They're not in Africa, but it's an insult to it. Though I will say punching somebody is not ideal. It's not ideal, but something provoked him. Yeah, he was provoked.
Of course, that he was provoked doesn't justify.
Didn't Bayern Munich have a racist rule that you don't insult black people?
The first thing is Leroy Sané himself is more of black.
But it's not really white like that. Which country is he from? Which country?
He's from Germany.
It's from Germany. It's a German.
Yes.
So Germans see themselves as not black. But Germans are not black.
No,
probably he has a.
That's Rashford.
That's Rashford, yeah.
Watching the game.
Watching it and enjoying it from a very special position.
Of course, they are still negotiating his deal, actually.
To renew his contract?
Yeah, to renew his contract. He's still on negotiation, and with PSG offering him a crazy amount, I think.
PSG?
Yes, PSG.
So what do they want to do with Neymar? What do they want to do with Mbappe? What do they want to do with Messi? Are they selling anybody?
Is the potential replacement for
Neymar.
Mbappe. Because there's every tendency Mbappe will leave. You know,
to Real Madrid?
They had to prevail on him to sign that 3 years contract. And Mbappe is still young. I don't see him spending the remainder of his career in PSG. Highest of that 3 years, I think he will just use 2 and leave. Because Mbappe looks like a player that wants to win the Champions League. And so he wants to leave. And his idol, his mentor is Cristiano Ronaldo. And you always want to play where your mentor played. If you see his room, it's littered with pictures of Ronaldo growing up. So,
but where will Benzema be?
Benzema is aging.
Benzema
is I think 35, 36. Yes, he will give to me for now. It's just like maybe.
But Benzema is like the old wine.
It's
getting better all the day.
Old wine too must not be too old. If old wine is too old.
The old couples have spoken. Old wine should not be too old. Man, you're making me to laugh.
We have to add some comments. Our viewers too can have something to share to laugh at.
It's okay, I'm feeling you. All right. So anyway, if he comes in to replace Benzema, it will be good.
And even if he comes in, he's not an outright 9. So they can still manage to play him either behind Benzema.
Okay.
Mainly behind Benzema. And Benzema can start coming in the second half, telling him that his time is beginning to expire. So, brother, we need to replace. Football will always move on, because there's a saying that if you don't leave football
will leave you.
Football will leave you.
That's what is happening to Ronaldo gradually. That was a serious. He was trying to do this. How do they call it? Bicycle kick. And went straight to the face of Casemiro. And that is the 4th yellow card for Sevilla.
Yeah,
it was a 4th yellow card for Sevilla, and that's not a good one.
Yeah, it's not.
4th yellow card for Sevilla is not a good one at all.
It's not at all.
Oh, and Godrej is one who have gotten the 4th yellow card. Yeah. And it was only Bruno Fernandes who had a yellow card for Manchester United.
Yeah, that explains the direction of the game so far.
Yes, expression. All right, I think we have been able to do justice to Sadio Mane's suspension. Yes. And let's quickly talk about Luciano Spalletti, the manager of Napoli. He said Simeone and Osimhen will be ready in the next match.
That's good news for the Napoli faithful, because having Osimhen back is like adding 40-50% confidence to the team. Osimhen has been a leader on that field.
Yeah.
When you see him play, he doesn't only play, he inspires his team. When they see him up front, the confidence level is higher. So they play to him as a focal man. So Osimhen is not just a striker to them. He's a leader on the pitch. So Kvaratskhelia is not always himself when Osimhen is not on the field. That partnership has been awesome. And I don't see AC Milan stopping them. It's like Eriksen is warming up to come and feel the tempo of the game.
Yeah.
Fantastic midfielder.
Fantastic midfielder, yeah. And he has been special. Though he don't play much time, but the little time he play, he make a lot of impact.
No, he played a lot this season. He has been one of the.
But he hardly has played. He has played 90 minutes.
Because you know he had an heart issue
good.
from the Denmark squad. I think that was from was it the Euros? Euros where he collapsed on the field. The Euros in England, England hosted the final. So he collapsed on the field. So he had to go through some procedures on his heart and all. So since then, he had to leave Inter Milan that he was, because there's this law in Italy that when you do that kind of operation, you might not be allowed to play. So he had to come to England. And he was at Brentford for the remainder of last season, because before Manchester United now snapped him up. You know, his quality is way, way, way far more than what Brentford should be handling. So he's been fantastic this season, starting most of their games.
Oh, that was a beautiful midfield ball. That should be a free kick, but the referee said play on. Should have been a free kick against who is that? Sevilla? No, Bruno Fernandes. But the referee said play on. An important chance. Wan-Bissaka has been fantastic in that wing, and they have an opportunity of a counter. And Wood is there.
Take him on.
1-on-1 with inside the 18 box, and that would have been a goal. Oh, the woodwork! He went and hit. That was a beautiful chance.
That was a beautiful chance and a beautiful finish. It looks more like Anthony is improving in his game.
We are beginning to see the 100 million.
Maybe not yet.
Not yet, but I think probably you want to rate him. 80 million has come. Probably in the next.
80 million has not come. What has he won for them? Just Carabao Cup. You don't wait it like that. You just look at. Adibini has won Champions League. You can now say, oh.
And we are seeing a lineup of substitution. I can see Eriksen.
The manager wants to rest.
Eriksen is coming in. Weghorst is coming in. And who is the third person?
He should not.
I can see Bruno Fernandes going out for Manchester United.
Even if Bruno is on yellow card.
Yeah.
He will miss the next match. So why is he substituting him? Okay.
Bruno Fernandes is going out and Eriksen is coming in. And I can see Weghorst coming in and who is going out? Weghorst coming in.
Marshall will go out.
Elanga also coming in.
Elanga will be for Jadon Sancho, I think.
Weghorst is coming in.
For Marshall.
For Marshall.
And we are.
And who is the third person going out?
Elanga came in for who? Let's check. Sancho. You see how he says? It was Sancho. So it just changed the people up front. It just changed the people up front.
They just changed the front line. Let's see what the other line can do. Let's see what the other line can do.
You know, that kind of substitution is telling you that he's feeling like they've already won the game.
But it's not over yet until the final whistle. You know?
You know, bench is actually good sometimes. It has made Maguire improve. Maguire has really improved. Really.
Another attack from the right side, and it is Anthony. He has one man to beat, and he did that comfortably, but the second defender was there to stop him. Yeah. All right, we're talking about Osimhen.
Yeah.
You know, and he has been outstanding this season.
Of course. Right
now, in the whole of the league in all Europe, is the third highest goal scorer behind Erling Haaland and Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Erling Haaland is having
top 5 leagues.
Yeah, in the top 5 leagues. You know, Erling Haaland is having 30 goals. 30 goals, and Kane is having 22, and Osimhen is having 21.
Yeah. And he has missed.
He has not been regular in all the matches.
2 matches now. He has missed a lot of matches this season.
He has missed a lot of matches this season
due to injury.
You know, so and for him to come up in the next match against Inter Milan, that is going to be a lot of hope.
It's a massive. It's a good news for the Napoli faithful. I guess he could have come back for this first leg, but they don't want to risk him. So that they don't lose him for more weeks than usual. But you know, it's safe to say that Napoli has won the league. why not fight for the Champions League? And that's what they will try to do. And so far, the game yesterday, they were just unlucky. And the officiating too was not really something to really say it is balanced. But there's a game to play in the second leg. And I think Napoli will come to the party. If Napoli can play like the Napoli we used to know, the Napoli can go down to the sword. AC Milan can go down to the sword. I mean,
A 2-0 victory will be enough for Napoli.
Yeah, and they
3-2.
can.
Just a goal.
They can score as high as 4. They defeated this.
Oh! Do you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's
It was
Weghorst.
a good chase.
You know, chase the goalkeeper because you know I've seen a lot of goalkeepers make such silly mistakes, and just a block from a striker, and it went into the net.
Yes, a lot of times. Now even Osimhen scored one of this kind of goals.
Yeah, and I've seen Ronaldo have scored like 3 of this kind of goals.
Of course, so goalkeepers make mistakes many times. It's like Sevilla is ready to bring on Nesri, the Moroccan striker. And then so far, yeah, and they are talking about Napoli. You know, they defeated Juventus 4-0. I think 5-1. And so they have goals in them. So they are a team that can come back.
All right, Anthony has been given a yellow card. You know, a yellow card, and what was his offense? You know, his offense was not much. You know, because he was complaining and he was roughing, you know, and he was given a yellow card.
Yeah, either much or small or little. What is a yellow card is a yellow card. That's football. Who's governed the game? So when you make some errors in the rules, then you have to be booked.
And that is the second yellow card for Manchester United, 4 for Sevilla, 2 for Manchester United, 1 for Bruno Fernandes, and 1 for Antonio.
That explains that when you start defending, you start getting
yellow card.
cards.
Because the pressure Sevilla is mounting on Manchester United now is massive.
Yeah.
And this is where a little error now can just cost a goal. And once Sevilla score 1 goal, their morale will be boosted.
Yeah, of course.
Their morale will be boosted, and they will be encouraged, and they will want to do more. They want to score more goals.
Of course. What do you expect when you are playing in the game and you are 2 goals down? What you want to do is to score more goals.
All right, let's continue. We are talking about Osimhen.
Yeah.
Do you think Osimhen really deserves to be African best this season?
So far, there's no African player that comes close. Not even Salah. He has been not just a goal scorer for Napoli. He has been the main man that is leading the team. You know, when you are the focal man, the attention is on you. And defenders wants to monitor you. Defenders wants to tackle you. So carrying that kind of a burden and still performing under that kind of a pressure is leadership. Liverpool is struggling. What will you say Salah has achieved this season? Which other African player come close to Osimhen?
There is none.
There's none. So if he continues like this, I think we have a Nigerian that will win the African Footballer of the Year after a long time.
After 9 years.
After a long time.
You know, after the last time they won was in 2009.
That's not 9 years. That's a way.
That's 14 years.
Yeah.
14 years ago. But the question I want to ask now, looking at it from the Nigerian perspective, from the Nigerian area, Nigeria has not won any silverware. They've not won any medals. Right in this particular year, even they didn't qualify for the FIFA World Cup. You know, and right now in the African qualifier for the African Nations Cup, they are struggling.
Yeah.
With Osimhen in them. So wouldn't that be a barrier for him to win that?
No, that shouldn't be really a barrier. As he scored in the Nations Cup qualifier, yes. How many games? This season now, you won't really judge it with the national team performance. You will judge it more with the club performances. Because how many matches? It's not as if African Cup of Nations was held this year. Or maybe if the FIFA World Cup was this year. The FIFA World Cup was last year, and FIFA competitions is not African that hosts it. So you can't really say FIFA competition is a yardstick for determining African Cup of Nations winner, African Footballer of the Year winner. So with all the the things in play, with all the factors in play, it looks more like Osimhen should, if he can continue like this, he should be the African Footballer of the Year.
All right. It should be the African Footballer of the Year. Lamela has been substituted
For Nesri.
for Nesri. For Nesri, that is for Sevilla. And you can see in the match between Juventus, I can see Pogba warming up. After a long time, since he left Manchester United, he has not been regular in the squad of Juventus.
He's struggling with injuries. Injuries prevented him from going to the FIFA World Cup. And I think France missed him. Kante, Pogba, missed Benzema, missed Nkunku. You know, they missed a lot of guys. Imagine those guys are there. I don't think Argentina will be winning that FIFA World Cup. But, hey, football. What goes around comes around.
And they miss Benzema. It's that Benzema that they really miss. Because
Benzema.
at that particular time, Benzema was on fire.
It was
hot.
Yeah.
It was hot, and he missed the World Cup.
Yeah.
And so disappointing. It was Mbappe who did all the fighting, but he never disgraced his family.
Of course.
He really represented his family. He represented his country, and he did well.
He's not the captain of French national team. He's the captain.
He's now, right now.
Yes, Mbappe.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he's the captain. So, and he earned it. He played.
In fact, even the final, it was better than Messi.
I said he played like his life depended on it.
Wow.
Scoring an hat-trick in a World Cup final is no mean feat.
Oh, no.
It's massive.
It's massive. And it is the first we have ever seen in a World Cup final.
Scoring an hat-trick and losing.
Honestly. double record.
Honestly, the guy really tried. The president had to go and hug him and pet him. Because he saw that I gave everything. And funny enough, few days later, I resumed training with PSG. Other guys went for vacation. He resumed training and started playing again. You know, that shows that when you make Ronaldo your mentor means you want to follow his pattern. And the pattern of Ronaldo is simply hard work.
Simply hard work, and it is not easy. Because I don't think he will be able to break Ronaldo's record, even though you follow. Despite the fact he's still young. But what Ronaldo has done, it is very
Mbappe
difficult.
already has, I think, around 200 goals. I think he's 22 or 23 now.
Yeah.
You see how many years you still have ahead of him?
So I can't remember Ronaldo's goal. But Ronaldo's goal is far.
Ronaldo is over 800 goals now. Now, if you now say Mbappe is on 200 now, if he's averaging an average of 50 goals per season, you know, in the next, how many seasons? We'll be counting 500 plus goals. So, it's very, very possible.
Very, very possible. There's a yellow card in the match between Manchester United versus Sevilla. Another yellow card goes to Marcos Acuna.
Yeah, the Argentine.
The Argentine, you know, for roughing Anthony. He roughed Anthony, and he was given a yellow card. And to tell you, the yellow card of Sevilla is increasing day by day.
It's now 5.
5 yellow cards in one match. That's to tell you the pressure.
The bookmakers that go on the side of cards, they'll be smiling.
Yeah. But right now, it is 7 yellow cards.
7 yellow
if you give,
cards.
It's more than 7. 8 yellow cards.
Over
7 yellow cards.
That's 7
yellow cards.
Yes.
If you give
over
over
6.5 cards.
Oh, no.
That's
That's massive. You'll be getting like 8 odds, 7 odds.
You know, you get good odds from it. Football, the unpredictability ratio is what keeps many of the bookmakers in business. And so far, so good. The game has been interesting. Looking at the Juventus game, you know, the game has been tough.
The game has been tough. And
this game looks like a game that will end in a draw.
Both teams have locked their goalposts.
The two teams are playing cautious football. This kind of game, even if you get to go, most likely it won't be more than 1. And that one, there's every tendency this game is going to end 0-0. But if a goal is going to come, it won't. I don't see it being more than 1. Wow. Because this game, they are both playing more like, I think. A
beautiful chance for Juventus. But the defender of Sporting CP was able to clear that. And it's a goal kick. It's a corner kick. Quickly taken. Corner kick. Quickly. A header! And that should be the goal! That is the goal! Juventus has made it.
Vlahovic just scored the Serbian international just scored the goal.
That's a beautiful one.
That's a beautiful goal from Vlahovic.
It was pressure,
You know, I was telling you that if you see a goal, it might not be more than one.
More than one. And then they just made it. Because I saw the pressure. They pressurized the Sporting CP and
it was just that Sporting CP went to sleep for a few seconds.
Yeah, they went to rest.
Yes.
And Juventus was able to look at the pressure. It is a little massive pressure. You know, a
it.
header.
The keeper caused
And the defender came and blocked it, and it was just at the right position.
The goalkeeper didn't calculate his runs.
Yeah.
He should be punching that ball. So that's an error leading to goal from the goalkeeper.
One goal for Juventus, one for Santa Gelua, and two for Manchester United. I think the three matches played around Europe right now in the UEFA Europa League, I've seen the goal. One goal at least. But in the match between Manchester United, it is two. That's a beautiful one. So there is a winner in all the 4 matches. Winner in all the 4 matches. If they are leading, if it ends this way.
Yeah.
All right, let's quickly talk about another breaking news. Mount about increasing his contract.
They've been struggling to get him to extend his contract with Chelsea because it's going to, by next season, he's going to be in the last year of his current contract.
Yeah.
But I think it was stalling because I think, personal opinion, think that he doesn't really have faith in Graham Potter. But the fact that Chelsea is now shopping for a better manager is looking like it will change his mindset towards the project. And they are now saying they are getting positive vibes from him. That there's every tendency that anytime from now he can extend his current contract.
Wow. And that would be beautiful?
That would be a good news because it's one of our strong weapons going forward in the midfield.
Apart from Mount, is there any other player who is disappointed with Graham Potter's era?
Mount didn't really speak it out.
You know, your body language you tell. Your body language you tell.
All those, you see, one thing about football is result matters. Result. Then, the way you see the game, you need to be able to communicate it in a way that the players will understand and believe in it and see what you are seeing. And seeing what you are seeing has more to do with a result. When you get result, then you want to, okay, let me play for this guy. You know, fight for this guy. I believe in his ability as a coach. Then you'll be able to interpret whatever he's telling you. But when you are double-minded about him, you will just play. You won't really give that best you should give. Because, you know, conviction we totally solve your unbelief towards a particular thing. And when there's no unbelief, when you totally believe in something, you know, you go ahead and go get it. As, you know, you get
because belief is the strongest weapon.
Yes, now.
Belief is the strongest weapon because you can die for your belief.
Yeah.
Because you
People
believe.
die for their belief.
Yeah.
So when you believe in a manager, you just go and execute his instruction without asking questions sometimes. So I think if Chelsea can get a very good manager, next season should be a better season.
Next season should be a better season. And right now, you look at the pressure. You know, Manchester United is beginning to take back the fight to Sevilla, and it's like there's going to be. Pelestri is warming up. Pelestri is warming up.
He's an attacker.
An attacker probably is coming in for who?
Well, let's see. Most probably Sabitzer or Antonio. One of those two will be going out.
Yeah, you know, the flow.
No, I think it will be Antonio that will be going out.
The flow of the Manchester.
Not really Sabitzer.
Okay. The flow of the Manchester United now is like it's picking up because Sevilla took over the second half, but we can see Manchester City fighting back, and now they are playing.
You know, this is it. When a team is down, you expect reaction. That was one of the reasons I was complaining about Chelsea.
And there is a equalizer. Bayern Leverkusen has equalized against Santa Gelua. Royal Union, and it is 1-1. The first match of the 4 matches played along UEFA Europa that have seen goal.
Yeah.
Bayern Leverkusen
Both teams to score.
and Royal.
The punters will now be smiling. Those who took it over 1.5.
1.5, yeah.
Go.
Will be smiling.
Yeah, but let's see if VR will not chop it off.
Well, that's not the end of the match. It is just 88 minutes into the second half. We still have 10 minutes and some additional time.
Yeah, of course. There's still a lot of time. 10 seconds is a lot in football. This is the new manager that's taking care of the Sevilla team. Maybe till the end of the season, I don't know. But it's going to be a tough season. It has been a very tough and ridiculous season.
All right. Anthony is going out. You said it. The Octopus said it. And Anthony is going out. And Palestri is coming in.
Yeah.
Palestri is coming in for Anthony. And Anthony has been fantastic in this match.
Yeah, he tried.
Yeah.
Not fantastic, but he has been above average.
Above average. You can
Just a bit above average.
And you see, in his last 3 matches, you agree with me that he has been above average.
Yes, he's improving.
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
improving.
I mentioned he's improving.
Yeah.
So that means Ten Hag is really working on him.
Yeah.
He's really working on him.
And this is the first touch of Palestri. And see, Palestri is he from Japan or from?
I think he should be an Argentine.
Argentine. He looks like a Korean, Japanese, and all. He has a face like. Let me quickly check his country. You know, we're talking about.
This is a good chance. Look at that chance.
A beautiful chance!
Hey!
A block, and that's a block. That's a block.
Enough time and space on the ball.
Enough time. But that one was wasted. It was blocked.
Look at it. No. You don't play that kind of ball down. You don't play it down. Why are you playing a shot on the ground in that kind of attempt from Malasia? Well, he's not a striker, so that explains.
Palestri is from Uruguay.
Okay,
Uruguay, but he looked like a
South
Japanese.
America.
South America. He looked like a Japanese. He looked like a
Because
South Korea, Chinese.
Argentine.
He has that kind of their face. That's a good one. And let's see what he can bring into the.
He's just a guy trying to grow in the ranks of Manchester United. Let's see what he can do. Maybe it will be a very, very quality addition for the squad, but only time will tell. But so far, he has been showing promise. I think Manchester United is trying to offer him a new contract. So that even if he's going out on loan, he'll still come back.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Club later on. You know, they will learn from Chelsea that had Kevin De Bruyne, lost him, had Salah, lost Salah. Had Musiala.
Masala.
Lost.
And others who went and they were top notch. They were top notch. You know, the talisman of their club.
Losing quality players, but what can
But the thing is that it's all about management. It's about coaching. It's all about how you use them, how you use their talent.
But left to it now, when you think about it, maybe they would have not improved. If
they were in Chelsea, because they will not have enough playing time.
Because they were guys doing their job very well. So you need playing time to groom players.
You really need
there's no, so they just have to move on. You know, Mikel was talking about a game whereby Mohamed Salah was not playing very well. And he said Mourinho shouted, it's like Sevilla has a big chance.
Oh, Sevilla has a big chance. Let's see what that will be given. And that is a goal. Sevilla has put one back, and it is 2-1. And that goal was scored by what's his name?
Jesus Navas.
Yeah.
Jesus, like this former Jesus Navas.
Yeah.
Yes, I was right.
Jesus Navas. Jesus. That is a good one. And that is 2.5 in this very particular match now. 2-1. You know, that is not a good. That is not a good omen for Manchester United. A equalizer would be a very bad result. They went to sleep. Look at that, it was a deflection.
Yeah, it was.
And it's like an own goal.
It's an own goal.
It's an own goal, and it was Malaysia who scored that.
It's just the run of play.
That was Jesus. But to
a
me, it's an own goal, if you ask me.
Pogba is about to come on.
Because the Gea has already positioned himself in a very good position to stop that.
Yeah,
but
that's why football sometimes, these things happen.
that is why it is always good to pressurize. It is when you pressurize
That
you can get a goal. When you pressurize, you can get a goal. When you go to sleep, you cannot get that goal. All right, let's continue to talk about the breaking news. In the interview, what did Lampard say to Chelsea squad after losing 2-0 to Real Madrid? You know what he said? He told them that Stamford Bridge is a magic ground where they can score more than 2 goals to defeat Real Madrid.
But let me ask you, if you are the coach, what will you tell the guys?
If I'm the coach, that is exactly what I would have told them. But what I'm trying to say now, is it possible?
In football, anything is possible. But is it realistic? There's possibility, there's being realistic.
Oh, this guy is injured and he's been... Look at it.
Fair play. It's not fair play. There's nothing fair about that play.
No, they're taking him because of time.
Because of time.
And they carry him like a king.
Yes. They wanted to save time because they wanted to come back into the game.
They come into the game and they carry him like a king, 2 players.
It's like Martinez is injured.
No.
This will be a very big miss. Losing your 2 center back in a match.
Wow.
That means Lindelof might have to come back into the game. Oh, losing your 2 center back will be huge.
All right, like we were saying about Lampard. But is it just words of mouth that will do the magic for this player? Or your tactical, by a kind of introducing some tactics?
Tactics.
Word of mouth, is it enough? Or the tactics you bring in?
There's nowhere in the world that word of mouth is enough. Sometimes you just keep quiet and go and do the job.
Yes.
There's no job that is done with mouth. Except even journalism, you have to do your work. You have to do your research. Before we came here to sit down, we've done some research too.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. So you have to do the job before you now start blabbing or talking. So
he played 2 matches for Chelsea. He lost 2 matches, and you are talking, and
but you need to cut him some slack too. The team he inherited is a team that is in disarray. The team lacking confidence.
But he was hired to come and bring in that confidence.
Yes,
so
interim. Interim is just come and shock this place till we get somebody. So just not to leave Chelsea coachless. Yeah, so that's just practically what I think they did. And we just hope that Chelsea does not get humiliated.
Right now, it is the 89th minute into the second half, and we have just 1 minute left before the additional time will come in. And it's 2-1 in favor of Manchester United. Sevilla just put 1 in, and it is 2-1. And it's not a good result so far, because 1-0, if in the second leg, will result to penalty.
Yes. And Sevilla at home, they are good at home too. They know how to play at home. And even Man U is now under more pressure. Because the first mistake this coach did, Ten Hag, I don't think these guys will have come into the game. You can't remove your 3 attackers just like that. I was saying it yesterday that the best form of defense is attack.
Yeah.
Now, they are lacking attackers. Look at how Sevilla is coming at Man U. And if Man U is not mistaken, if Man U don't watch it, they will lose those 2 goals lead.
It is possible. It is possible.
They will lose it. So if they are not careful, they will lose it. Because I don't see a reason why you should be withdrawing those attackers as early as 60 minutes. Yes, you don't want injuries in the team. But this is a competition the only competition that you can really say, okay, you have bigger chances of winning. Because at the FA Cup now, Manchester City is still available.
Yeah.
And we all know that Manchester City can really put Man U to the sword. But Man U still has bigger edge playing Juventus than Man City. So this is a competition that they can win in a far easier way than the FA Cup. So I don't see a reason why it should. Well, maybe because of Premier League qualifying for Champions League. But if he wins this competition too, he's going to qualify for Champions League.
Yeah.
It's automatic.
A free kick for Sevilla taken and it was blocked. It was blocked by the wall formed by Manchester United defenders.
91st minute counting.
Yeah. 90 regulation time is over and now additional 6 minutes in. That is the additional time. Oh! What a beautiful header! The guy was there to do justice to it. And it fly like a bird to stop that save.
That's 6 minutes additional time.
6 minutes additional time and the pressure is still on. Sevilla.
Look at, if not for De Gea's brilliance.
Look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, that was a beautiful save.
That's a stretching and diving save. That was a good attempt from El Nesri. And now the pressure is too much on Man U.
The pressure is, what has gone wrong? What has gone wrong?
Just the attack. When you remove your key attackers, the defenders feel less heavy and they attack more. So they feel more confident to attack you because they feel that their defense is secure. You know, when you are going out and you feel that your home is secure, you know, you go out without thinking that. But when your home is not safe, you'll be cautious of your going out. You won't want to go too far. That's what is happening in this game. Once Manchester United removed those attackers, they felt that, let's go out. Now they are all out, trying to equalize. And they already got one. Getting one at that time, they can get the second.
Get the second. And this. And then it's the goal! What a equalizer for Sevilla! What a equalizer for Sevilla! At the 92nd minute, a punch against Manchester United. That is embarrassing.
You see what I was just saying? I said if they are not careful, Sevilla will come back into this game.
And it is Maguire, the man that all Manchester United don't want to see. At the 92nd minute, it was a clear header. Look at that. Look at that. Top of Maguire. He went top of Maguire and he headed. It was a deflection. He headed the ball and it was a deflection. He headed the ball to Maguire's head and
fuck. That was a deflection.
That was a deflection. That was a deflection, and it is Nelson that scored that goal. What happened? Two.
Now, with the way Sevilla is playing, they can get the third. That's how football is. Once you make one substitution, it will come back towards you. Many of the times, sometimes you can be lucky and go away with it, but it was too early bringing out those attackers. Now, look at the lines their defenders is playing. Their defenders are playing high lines.
The match between Bayern Leverkusen versus Royal Union has come to an end, and it is 1-1. 1-1.
Oh, that was a beautiful save.
1-1. The match between Juventus.
Look at this beautiful save.
That goalkeeper has been spectacular. He has been saving goals. He has been saving goals.
And he just replaced Szczesny.
These are some of the most difficult.
How will you make that kind of attempt? You just played up.
Some of the difficult balls for goalkeeper to save. Deflection. And this Maguire is not lucky in the Manchester United squad. Most of the Man U fans, they don't like him. And
the goal is not his fault.
It's not his fault, but it's not lucky. That's what I'm saying. Because right now you are even giving. Have you ever heard Man U fans talking about Maguire?
They don't like bringing him.
They don't like bringing him. Now it's bad luck. The bad luck has shown. Though I'm not a Manchester United fan, I'm supposed to be neutral, but I'm telling you what Manchester United fans always say. It's bad luck. And
the coach killed this game, honestly. Because withdrawing your attackers as early as that is dangerous. If you want to replace one first. When it gets to 77, 70-something, replace another. Then towards the end of the game, maybe 88, because if Anthony was still on the field of play, the attackers will be sensitive about him.
And he'll be keeping the forward busy.
Yes.
Because he will always be running with the ball, and he'll be keeping them busy. And the defense will be conscious of him. You see, the other time I said 4 defenders, three defenders, 1 midfielder. They were on him. That means he has taken their attention.
4 men to himself.
Yeah.
And that's how it is.
You know, but now
they just lost a 2-goal lead. And the second half, believe me, Sevilla knows how to play at home. Sevilla knows.
A draw in this match would be a very good result for Sevilla. A draw in this match would be a very good result for Sevilla.
And
the match between Juventus and Sporting have come to an end. And Juventus have won the match. It is 1-0 in favor of Juventus.
I told you that highest, just a goal.
That's a beautiful one for Juventus. A beautiful one. The goal scored by Gatti is enough to do the damage. The goal scored by Gatti at the 73rd minute was enough. It's enough to do the damage.
People that says there's God in football, but you just have to do your own part too. And that's what Sevilla has done. Look at, they played well and they are back into the game. If Man U is not careful, Man U can even lose the game.
If Man U are not careful, they can even lose the game.
We spoke about them not being really the favorite whenever they are facing a Spanish team. And
all right.
That has come into play now. Look at how could they have lost a 2-goal lead? The coach really did a very silly mistake. What killed this game mainly, this Man U game, is game management. The coach did not manage the game very well. It's just as simple as game management. That's just it. Game management.
That was it. That, blind minutes call, and that is the end of the match. The match have come to an end, and it is 2-2. Manchester United scored 2 goals in the first half, and Sevilla scored 2 goals in the second half. If you play, each team win either half. If each team win either half, that means you have gotten the point. And if you play go-go, you have gotten it. If you play 2.5, you have gotten it. But if you play straight win for Manchester United, you have lost it. Because for Manchester United to play, it was 1.48 odd.
They considered 2 goals. 2 goals in less than 10 minutes. So that was that. No. It's not an encouraging performance.
Yeah, in less than 10 minutes. And look at it, both of the goals are own goals.
Yeah.
Both of the goals are own goals.
Yeah.
The one scored by Jesus Navas was an own goal. The one scored by Maguire was also an own goal.
Yeah. The coach will be disappointed.
Because an own goal, that one by Jesus Navas, it was a deflection from Malaysia, you understand? And the second one from this thing was a deflection from Maguire. So the defenders helped them to score. But probably it was written that no Sevilla will score at Stamford Bridge. But let's give it at Old Trafford. Let's give it to Ten Hag, because this is the 25th match unbeaten at Old Trafford.
Yeah, when you want.
Because it was 24th before, but this one now making it 25. He has not lost in Old Trafford.
When you want to do great things as a coach, you have to make your home your home. Yeah. That's the first thing. So, and that's what Manchester United are trying to do. But so far, it's not that bad. They had a draw, so and the away goal has been cancelled in European football. So they can still do something. Hopefully, they can do something. But this game is an extremely disappointing game, because I already thought that Manchester United had won the game. And with these guys coming back into the game, it's just nothing to write home about.
Nothing to write home about. It was, I know a lot of Manchester United fans will be disappointed today.
Of course.
They will not be happy with the result.
I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm disappointed.
They will not be happy with the result because already the first half, 2-0, everybody was saying, oh, the game is almost over. It's almost
of
over.
Course.
And then, you know.
It goes 2-0. And
I was hoping that if Manchester United can get this UEFA Europa out to the Carabao Cup, I think it will be a very fantastic season for them.
Fantastic season indeed.
It will have been a very fantastic season for them.
Course.
But now, right now,
with them dragging the third and fourth position with Newcastle, and with Tottenham on their heels too. So the Premier League now is not even sure that Man U will make the Champions League spot. So they need another thing to make shock absorber. Maybe if they don't win this, they can still find their way
from this place they can start
to Champions League. But look at how they ballooned it.
You know, there are some principal managers, principal coaches that don't like changing winning team. Even if you want to change, you only change those who are injured. You can only change those who are injured.
To his defense too, you can't really blame him. He just lost Rashford.
He lost Rashford. Why did you bring in Maguire?
Well, you don't know. Half-time, Varane might be injured. You don't know. He might be complaining.
But he was not injured. He was not injured.
You are not so sure until after the match conference. You know the reason why I took him out. So, and with that too, you can't blame him. You can't really blame him. So the decision to take out Varane might be just a technical one. Maybe he's feeling something so that they don't lose him to injury again. You look at Martinez too. He had to go out injured. So all these things count.
All right, all these things count. The 4 matches played along Europe in the UEFA Europa Cup, we have seen the results. Feyenoord versus Roma, it was 1-0 in favor of Feyenoord. Bayern Leverkusen versus Santa Gelulos is 1-1. Then the match between Juventus versus Sporting Lisbon ended 1-0 in favor of Juventus. And the match between Manchester United versus Sevilla, it's 2-2. What's the result? So that match have come to an end. Can you in 2 minutes just summarize everything so far? Before we go.
It's an interesting game of football. Manchester United, you know, while we were talking in the first half, I told you that this game, we are looking at the game that will produce goals with the way they started the game, the attitude of the coaches and the players, and the imprint. When you look at the tactical approach of the coaches, it looks like a game whereby they both want to attack end-to-end, which explains why the home team won the first half, the away team came back in the second half. And it was a joy to watch. Disappointing for Man U fans, encouraging for Sevilla fans. You know, it's football. One person has to just enjoy the result of the game and take it, and it's advantage Sevilla. So a way goal rule is chopped off in football, so anything can happen. So we can't wait to see the second leg next week, and we know who goes through into the semi-final.
And we know
Juventus played the advantage. Juventus 1-0 win. We thought they would not win, but at least they came into the game and they won already. So honestly, Juventus did well. And for Royal Union, going away to get that 1-1 draw, and they are very good at home. Really encouraging. And the Feyenoord Roma still open, just a 1-0 win. Anything can still happen. Even Juventus game is still open, just a 1-0 win at home. And even Manchester United 2-2 win. Manchester United is strong enough to go and get a draw away from home. And they will be missing one of their talisman this season, Bruno Fernandes. It will be so much of a big miss for Man U, but let's see if they can cope. They are coping with Rashford, so let's see if they can actually cope with the absence of Bruno Fernandes for the second leg due to suspension. Accumulation of cards.
So, all right, these 4 matches played so far, which of the team will you say surprised you today?
If I was anything that surprised me, it has to be Sevilla. Coming back from a 2-goal down position. Coming into the game with their form in the league and with the way they were playing, you know, they are the surprise result of the week.
And what about the Royal Union?
Royal Union too, but you can't compare that with coming to the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford, to get that result. It's massive. It's way massive than what Royal Union did.
So way massive with what Royal... but this very particular match now, between Sevilla versus Manchester United, can you just give me like 2 outstanding players? Or it can be from both sides.
If I look at the most outstanding player in the game, I will have to look at Bruno Fernandes did well.
But he was substituted because of the card, probably.
Yeah, because of the card. And when you look at it too, De Gea had a good game. Those goals, there was nothing he could do about it.
They were deflection. The both goals were deflection.
Enesri coming on, his impact was really felt. So.
Enesri
For Sevilla.
For Sevilla, right.
Yes, so his impact was really felt. So between those, then I think the man of the match will most likely be given to Sabitzer.
For scoring 2 goals. All right. Sabitzer for scoring 2 goals. The man of the match, the Premier Sport man of the match for today. Please, let's. Sabitzer. You know, but he was substituted. Probably if he was allowed, probably he would have gotten a hat trick.
Maybe.
But do you see any reason why he was substituted?
Maybe he's tired. Maybe they want to rest him for the next game. It can be a lot of...
And hopefully Rashford will be in the next game, right?
Maybe. We don't know how long actually Rashford will be out.
All right, we don't know how long Rashford will be out, but that is how far we can go for today. Don't forget, this is Premier Sport Fan Center. Please always remember to subscribe. Tell your friend, how do you normally say it? Tell your somebody to tell somebody. Right. Say tell somebody to subscribe to Premier Sport Fan Center. Just click the subscription button and also click the bell in that subscription button. You will always get notified whenever we are on live segment like this. That is how far we can go for today. But don't forget to join us on Saturday, when we will bring you very important matches. The match between Chelsea versus Brighton, and the match between Manchester City versus Leicester City. You know, we can see the gap. Manchester City have closed the gap between Arsenal. Right now, they still have one outstanding, and that's the outstanding they're going to play. You understand what I'm saying? And Leicester City versus Manchester City is going to be an interesting match, because I don't see Manchester City defeating them. Though Manchester City, they're playing at the Etihad against Leicester City.
Leicester is not really in good form. Playing at the Etihad, I think they will be put to sword.
They will put to sword?
Yeah. Man City will most likely slay them, because they've grown in confidence. This is not the Manchester City that started this season.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. I want to thank you, Mr. Adeyemi, for coming to the studio.
Thank you.
For this beautiful analysis you gave today. Everything you said came to pass. Virtually everything you said came to pass, and that's why I call you the octopus. You understand? The Premier Sport octopus. You know.
How much can we see? It's just God that gives us the insight.
Yeah. That is beautiful, and that is how far we can go for today. Yes. Don't forget to join us on Saturday, like I said. The match between Chelsea versus Brighton, it is 3 o'clock. Then the match between Manchester City versus Leicester City, it is 5:30. We'll be here to analyze it, to break it down minute by minute and as it goes. But for now, it is bye for us. See you on Saturday.